These are the notes for writing linear equations given slopes or points. So in these questions here, they're going to give us some information that we need to use in order to create a linear equation. And for today, we're only going to be writing in slope-intercept form. That's y equals mx plus b. So we're looking for something to put into m, something to put into b. So in this situation, they're telling us that we have a slope of 2, so m equals 2. And we know that it passes through the point 3, 4. 3, 4. Also interesting information. So I know that if I graph it, I can see 3, 4 here, and the slope of 2 would be up 1, 2 over 1. I run out of room, so I'm going to go backwards. And I have this, which means I can draw this line that goes through here. So if I'm looking at my graph, it's pretty easy to tell that this is y equals 2x, and it's going through negative 2 as my y-intercept. So I know that that's going to be my solution. In many situations, though, it's timely and it takes a long time to draw out the whole graph, and sometimes we can be a little bit inconsistent. So one way that you can solve this algebraically, which is always going to be helpful to us, is that we can use the equation y equals mx plus b, and we can substitute in the things that we know. So in this case, we know m is 2, so I'm going to substitute in m. I know that x is 3, so I'm going to substitute in x. And I know that y is 4, so I'm going to substitute in y as 4. Then I'm just looking for my b here. So I have 4 equals 6 plus b, subtract 6 on both sides. We get negative 2 equals b. What we can see is that aligns to the negative 2 that we got from the graph. If it was a fraction or something, it might be a little bit more difficult to tell on the graph, and so algebraically we can help out. So that means that we have y equals, my slope as always has been 2x, and then minus 2 is my y-intercept, which means the equation is y equals x minus 2. So we'll try the next one algebraically only, and then we'll check to look with the graph. So here we see that the equation passes through 2 points. And we know using the slope formula, we'll be able to find the slope. So m equals x1, y1, x2, y2. So I have 2 minus 4 over 3 minus negative 3. Simplifies to negative 2 over 6, or negative 1/3. So I know that my slope is negative 1/3. And now I'm going to use my formula, y equals mx plus b, in order to figure out what the b is, or what my y-intercept is. So I know that m is negative 1/3. And then I actually have 2 x's and 2 y's, so I'm going to choose one of the points. For me, strategically, it's going to make more sense to do 3, 2, because I don't like negatives, to be honest. So I'm just going to substitute in my x as 3, my y as 2. Strategically, that's also going to help because I can now cancel 3 over 3. We'll cancel out and leave me with just negative 1 plus b equals 2. Adding 1 on both sides, I get 3 equals b. So my equation, I'm going to have y equals negative 1/3 x plus 3. So I'm going to look here. I'm going to start at positive 3, go down 1 over 3, down 1 over 3, backwards. So I believe that this is my line. I'm going to double check my points and see, does negative 3, 4, negative 3, 4 is this point here, so that one does work. And 3, 2, 3, 2 is this point here, so I have found my correct line, and I can go through there. So I know that this is the correct equation for that linear function. So we have done it so far with a slope and a point. We have it with 2 points here. On the back, you'll see that they give us a slope and a 0. So in this case, they are telling us that our slope is negative 2/3, and I have a 0 of 3. So they're really telling me like I have a point there. If I have a 0 of x equals 3, that means that I really have the coordinate point 3, 0. And so now this becomes very similar to this problem that we did here, where they gave us the slope and the point. We just had to turn it into a point. So I have y equals mx plus b. They already tell me my slope. I know that x in this case is 3 and y is 0. I have plus b. 3 over 1, this would cancel here. Negative 2 plus b equals 0. Adding 2 on both sides, I have 2 equals b. So I know that my y-intercept is positive 2. This gives me my equation, y equals negative 2/3 x plus 2. So I can see that from positive 2, I'm going down 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3, which is great. I already had that point. Down 2 over 3, backwards 2, 3, backwards 2, 3. So I can see that I have this line here. And that is the equation of this one here. Right. And then finally, I have this one here. We're finding the equation that passes through the point here, negative 4, positive 4, and has a y-intercept of 0, comma, negative 4. So this point here. Algebraically, we've done this a few times now. They give us 2 points, so it would look exactly like this solution, where this, if we were solving algebraically, that would be this section. If we were solving it on a graph, I can see that this is down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and over 1, 2, 3, 4. So down 8 over 4, that's my slope, which I can simplify to negative 2. So down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. So I can see that that line starts to pop into effect there. In this case, we know what our slope is from the graph. Y equals negative 2x, and they already told us our b. Our b is negative 4 because they told us what the y-intercept is. Y-intercept is what b stands for. So I have my equation here. Okay.